Okay. Can I jump in here for a second? Because we've been talking, and most of the commentary coming out of this election has been talking about what's wrong with the Democratic Party. And I agree with all this stuff. It's patronizing, it's condescending, it's too woke, it's all that garbage. 100%.
Well, I wouldn't say too woke, but go ahead.
Okay, well, all right.
I will resist the colonization of black language until
yes,
I die.
Right. I mean, that word has a better origin than its current usage, for sure.
If we put it in air quotes, can we say it? Because
no.
Okay. Kamala Harris was making a big push at the end of her campaign about how terrible Trump is, how dangerous he is, how anti-democratic he is, how anti-constitutional he is, how fascist he is, how authoritarian he is. And Americans walked into the voting booth and basically said, we'll do anything for lower prices. In 2016, a lot of evangelicals were shocked at the white evangelical support for Trump. A lot of evangelical leaders were shocked by that. And what they realized is we had a crisis of discipleship where evangelical leaders felt one way, but their flocks voted another way. And this year, what we're seeing is there's a lot of elites in America who care about the Constitution and care about democracy and care about these norms. And most Americans don't.
Why can't these stupid people just do what we elites tell them what to do?
Is this not your natural state?
You just insulted most Americans with a
I
fairly
did.
And he doubled down.
broad brush. And I'm going to push back on that. And here's why. Okay. Low information voters, I believe, decided the election and voted mostly on vibes.
Oh, they're just uninformed simpletons.
And where should we get our information?
Well, from the elites, of course. Like them and their friends and the people they listen to.
This is proof that America is hopelessly racist and hopelessly misogynistic. No, I don't think it's that.
Hold the phone now, Phil. We're not done mischaracterizing people just yet.
We just dismiss racism and sexism as just being, of course, 48 or 52% of America isn't racist. And when people say stuff like that, I want to make sure that this is going to get taken out of context. Let me say this well. When we talk about racism, we think of the Klan.
Robin DiAngelo vibes. Straight out of her playbook. Where we go.
And so no one thinks that like 52% or 60% of America wants to join the Ku Klux Klan. The question is, do we have racial bias? Are we apt to believe stereotypes?
So they're just less racist than a Klan member because of priorities. So you're saying they're racist?
So I think racism and misogyny no doubt had a role. I don't know if they were dispositive to the outcome.
And why is it that the economy is the most important thing? I think if we actually learn one thing from this election is the God of America is money.
51% of Americans said, we don't care. We will vote for him anyway. And it fulfills what the founders knew about human nature. And that is, most people, when given the choice, will pick an authoritarian leader.
It's the unspoken truth of humanity that you crave subjugation.
They understood you need to have institutional things in place to prevent authoritarian leaders from being an option for the American people. We have taken away those barriers, and here we are.
So we learned today that the elites in society have got it right, are better than us, are more moral than us, and more informed than us. That us stupid, possibly racist little sheep should be led by a shepherd whose bald head will glisten us into the promised land. That us peasants decided to feed our families instead of listen to the rhetoric coming out of the TheHolyPost and their echo chambers. How dare we? Look, if we just put a dictator in office, then you should be able to come back to this video and rub it into us in 4 years. If not, then maybe your rhetoric was as full of it as you are. Another reason not to listen to these guys. You can't just love your brothers and sisters in Christ and your neighbors when they agree with you.